Yo, and welcome to the Doubting Tom Show. I'm your host at Doubting Tom, 2G's, 1H, 1M. And if you're a small content creator, I know exactly how you feel right now. I just spent the last hour or so talking to that very camera on this very mic, the same way I am right now, and recorded this entire episode for it to only cover about 6.5 minutes before my phone was full of storage. So, with that said, I understand your frustration, small content creators, but with that said, we rush on. Welcome to the Doubting Tom Show. This is episode 1. Today is Sunday, May 25th, 2025. We are in the wee hours of the morning here. And I just want to give you all a little breakdown here before we begin. This is a sports show, primarily. I will experiment with getting into other subjects here towards the end here, but or later on, but we'll see how all of that goes. But for now, this is primarily a sports show. Um, I love sports. I've been around them my entire life. Used to play football, used to play basketball, used to play volleyball, used to play soccer, used to play baseball. Um, mean tic tac toe, Connect Four. Where you at, Dalton? Where you at, Dalton? Shout out the Lakers. Anywho, and yeah, this is a show to celebrate sports and just give some overreaction ass and crazy ass hot takes. Uh, enough said, huh? Um, shout out the TR double oops. So we got our drippy fatigues on, fake fatigues. Shout out the troops. Today is I don't is today Memorial Day or is it just Memorial Day weekend or whatever? Oh, tomorrow's Memorial Day on a Monday. Gotcha. Yeah, shout out them oops, man. You're hoorah, Navy, all that shit. Um, Yeah, and so with that said, probably gonna come up with a way fancier, cooler, disclaimery way to say love you. Take all of this with a grain of salt and hope you have a great time. Here to entertain and talk some shit. So yeah, today is Sunday, May 25th. We are in the wee hours here. Just a couple hours post game 3 of the Western Conference Finals. And I'm not going to lie, I'm slightly worried about whether or not we're recording right now. So I'm going to check. Okay, yeah. So far, we should be good. All right. Once again, shout out the small content creators. Jesus Christ. Yeah, and shout out my boy GC too, my boss. I'm just kidding. Shout out religious people. Anywho, yeah, so we're just a couple hours removed from game 3 of the Western Conference fucking finals. Absolute shit show for OKC. They lost by fucking 40, sorry, not 43, 42 points. Shout out Jackie Robinson. Yeah, and good God, one of my keys to the game here, or one of my major key alert. Shout out DJ Khaled for major key for the series is Rudy Gobert. Like RG going hard is a bad sign for opposing teams. Like this man, what is not even like a season or two removed from being a complete defensive, offensive, and special teams liability for all NBA teams. It was an NFL joke just plugged in there. Yeah, like what? Like dude was a liability, but now he's balling. Like I had did some homework before recording this and then not recording this, um, where I had watched the highlights of the game because I wasn't able to watch it. And it was like maybe like a couple minutes in, and Rudy Gobert had this crazy steal. Like, what are we talking about? Like, picked a pocket and then threw it up ahead. Like, what? If you got RG doing that to you in French, we tough. Tough, tough. Like all you have to do is be not 7 foot and shoot and drive and help him out. If he's doing his job as the big man, like what are we talking about? Like absolutely insane. Um, One of the other huge things that happened in this game that I had seen was that on the call, this guy, I don't know who, remember who was on the call, but Buddy said that they were chanting, the crowd was chanting free throw merchant um while SGA was shooting free throws. Absolutely insane. Absolutely insane. Like let's break that down real quick. Let's break down the whole free throw merchant concept because that one's a doozy. I'm not gonna front. Like, there's a ton of analysts on ESPN who are hitting that he is perfect for the other he's perfect for the old school leagues, that SGA would fit in every era, that his style of ball is perfect, all this shit. And I'm like, I can see it, but I cannot see it. Like, if you're a versed internet person, there is so much content on breakdowns of, shout out to the people that do these clips by the way, of like there was this one foul, shout out if you're watching instead of listening, but I'm fucking doing air quotes, of this foul where Buddy was hitting like the Jerry West falling away, and instead of like leaning into the contact and then trying to shoot, he leaned into the floor and the air, and Buddy didn't touch him. Defender didn't touch him. Like you can see the defender literally missed him, and SGA is just graciously, eloquently falling to the side, and it's like, bro, what? He got the shot, which is crazy. I'll give him that. I'm telling you, but the whistle, he got the whistle, which is like, yo, what? Like, I know that's not the only one too. So it's like, because I've seen them. So it's like, geez, is he getting calls that are legit? Yeah, I bet. But shout out the stat corner. But I'm like, I want to see from the stat corner, can we find what are the ratio of flops to not flops? Because that is what I feel like is what we need to get going here. Like, the it's like the refs are just kind of like, I don't know, like just watching him fall and just blowing a whistle as opposed to like, actually looking for, like, we need, I think I had made a tweet, I'm not sure, you shout out my Twitter, but I'm formerly at John Spartan underscore 187. Shout out Sly and Demolition Man, we're not done with you yet, and that moniker, maybe sometime in the future, but for now, 2 G's, add the H, 1 M. But I had dropped some tweet like, we need a goddamn line judge for SGA's play, because it's like, I need somebody I need a drone really to follow around to see when contact actually happens, because that's what he's doing. Like he's literally towing the line between like, are y'all gonna call it or are y'all gonna call it, and it's brilliant. Like whichever way you hate it or lump it or like it or love it, it's he's doing it, which I give him hella credit for. um yeah, like he's pushing the button, he's pissing people off, because it's like, yeah, like it's not his fault that refs can suck, it's not his fault that the game don't hate the player, hate the game, right? So I get it. I totally get it. And I also can understand how some people totally hate it too. Cause it's like, geez, is that happening to your favorite player? Maybe not. It's probably just happening at SGA. So it's like, I don't know. But they had a great regular season record. Shout out the Cavs. They're doing great all the way up to the Western Conference Finals. And like, yeah, the fact that they're leading this series is pretty wild. So even though they had an absolute shit show last night, a couple hours ago, it doesn't matter. We got OKC up 2-1, and I don't know. My official pick. cuz I don't really have a dog in this race. For shit. Um my personal pick is a Wolves in 7 cuz I like the Wolves and I'd like to see them go far. Shout out to Kevin Garnett, shout out to that city, that fan base. I think they definitely deserve it, but I don't know. OKC's definitely balling their ass off, even though they lost. So it's like, or I'm talking about game 1 and 2 at least. They had a shit game last night, but we'll see. They're still 2 up. So yeah, there's tons to say about the free throw merchant stuff, but let's look ahead to when the next time they play. They play on Monday. Uh, wait, what? Yeah, they play on Monday. Yeah, they play tomorrow. So, yep. That'll be a good time. Um, we'll see how all of that goes. Now let's move on to the Eastern Conference Finals. Um, I'm still not over the fact that I just talked into this camera for about an hour ago for an hour, but you live and you learn, fellas, ladies, gentlemen, people around the world listening. Um, Yeah, just a little bit of backstory here. I don't have a dog in this race. Fish I eat. As you can see here, I ride for the G Men slightly. No, I'm kidding. I really do, but it's it's been a tough one here. But the yeah, it's just been a tough one here. Um Parents grew up New Yorkers. Correction, are New Yorkers. Fell in love in the Mecca. Got over it. They said fuck the cold. We don't like this shit no more. Snowbirded their asses down to Florida. My brother pops out. DT pops out. Now we fuck with Florida and New York. Is what it is. So, with that said, I'm definitely a New York. I ride for New York all day. I love New York, man. Giants ain't shit. Giants ain't shit. But they had a good draft. Shout out Joe Shane. I guess love you, Joe Shane. And shout out Dabes. Love you, Dabes. For now, love you, Shane. And shout out to Mara. Love you more. I guess. But the franchise ain't been shit for a minute. They had a great draft, so okay, we'll see. A little bit of hope there, but yeah, you gotta work on me. Y'all suck. Anyway, we suck, okay? But yeah, the Knicks, it's been a long time coming. I still think that they're not there yet. They're not nearly as deep. Um, it's tough. But the Pacers, I officially have the Sirs in 7 on my Twitter, on my X. Um, Wild, right? What a wild rivalry. I get it. I'm somewhere in there. It doesn't make too much sense, but I'm somewhere in there. My parents are New Yorkers. I have a million. I have family members from New York, in New York. My brother lives there. He'll tell you he's a New Yorker. This motherfucker was born here in Florida. Stuff. So dummy connections to the Apple. But personally speaking, I grew up in the South. So shout out to Florida. And with this weird, like, odd, like, disconnection between, like, my family from New York and my bitch ass, bald ass, growing up here in Florida, it's like a kind of like a disconnect somewhere along the line, you know. So fuck with the magic. Shout out Paulo Banquero, love you. And yeah, and I have this weird I've grown to personally grow this weird obsession with the Midwest. Like we'll probably end up living in Ohio someday, having kids, but yeah, the Midwest is cool, man. Love all these other parts of America that I haven't really like fucked with, besides the South and the North. So that's why I say what I say. But yeah, I don't have any fucking dogs in this race, boys and girls. Shout out the Knicks, but I don't think they're there. I think they need they need five more players. Like we'll get to the Knicks analysis here in a second, but yeah. So okay, so far we the next up we have for the ECF is we've got game 3 tonight. Indy leads the shit out of this thing 2-0. I thought it was gonna be like I said on my, earlier on my Twitter on my X, I had Sirs in 7. I don't know. I don't know. I'm starting to doubt a little bit. I think I got the Sirs in the gentleman's suite. Sorry about it. Sirs are crazy. Coach Rick has them boys humming, like absolutely humming. It reminds me of like when Dirk had his run, yo. Like this team, this Sirs team has like such a like mature ass aura about them. Like, yeah, they're young. Yeah, they fucking run your ass out of the gym like young boys, whatever. But they have such a like they get it. They just get it. Like it reminds me of like when Coach Rick had that Dirk run. Like he went ham during that Dirk run, and he had them boys humming too. Were they running up out of the gym? No, because most of the people there on that team was fucking sub 32, but like in age. But it's like, yeah, nah, like he had them boys humming, and Hallie and Coach Rick is Dirk and Coach Rick. Like that's his superstar, and you can see it. Like them boys run in tandem, like in lockstep. Like you can see like there's a lot of trust, and then you can see there's a lot of them. There's a lot of them, yeah, saints. You know, there's a lot of them. Shout out to the people watching. I had to do the gesture. I'm gonna watch that back, see how bad that looks. If you're just listening, I had to drop the giant cojones gesture. Hallie did it first. What the Hallie? So yeah, I got Sirs in 7. They're absolutely running everyone everywhere. I really got him in a gentleman suite, but sorry about it. I guess I put in 7 just to give some, just to not piss off the fucking northern hemisphere. Um, Knicks, man, is tough. It's tough. You can have, Lord have mercy. You got you got Brunson, big old body. You got Josh Hart. You got the Iron Man. You're gonna run the Iron Man into the ground, man. Damn. Don't you know? It's all you got. Like, damn. Tibbs, you a good ass coach. I think Tibbs is a phenomenal coach, but they need a sixth man. They need a seventh, an eighth, a ninth, and a 10th man. They need a backup point guard, bro. Like, shout out to campaign, but what are we doing? You know what I'm saying? Fucking call Aaron Judge's young brother or something like that. Fucking where's Mark Teixeira's kid? Huh? Chat? Where's Hideki Matsui's kid? He's not fucking playing ball by now. He's not 17 already and in the league like Bronny. Shout out to Bronny James. What are we talking about, bro? You can't go anywhere with just five, Nick. That's crazy. You can't go anywhere with five dudes. Like, what? You can't do anything amazing with five dudes. Damn, that's funny, but we'll edit that in post. Psych, there is no post. Um, if you're still listening, amen. If hearing the word amen pissed you off, amen. If it didn't, amen. Anywho, let's reel it back in here. Knicks, I don't know, man. We need to sign some people. What are we doing? Big Body can't do it by himself. Bodega Cat's playing great. He's not getting into foul trouble, but like he was in the other series, but or at least in no, I'm not gonna lie, he kinda is getting into foul trouble in game one and two, but uh well, I'm not gonna front. I actually want to know this stuff right now. Let's go ahead and open up the stat corner here. Let's see. What the hell? What the hell? Yeah, like, well, I'm not gonna lie. They actually didn't do much in game two. But game one, I think he did have he no, actually I remember he didn't have too much foul trouble this game. Oh, actually no, he did. He did. They actually all did. Yeah, that was tough. That game was tough. That really set the precedent here because it was like, yeah, OG had five fouls. Towns had four. Brunson had five. Hart had four. That's the whole fucking team. There's, yeah. What are we talking about, bro? Like, nah, just nah. So yeah, New York's got to step it up defensively. They need to tickle that line between fouling out and not fouling at all. Um, i.e., let's up this intensity, but with some technique here, so we don't fucking get some whistles on these guys and like do their thing. But I'm going for the sir. So back. Anyway, that's what we got for ECF here. We're gonna move on to let's looking forward to the next game. The next game we have is tonight. Um so yeah, we have game 3 tonight. That'll be in Indy. It's crazy. Like a damn like the baby and Pop Smoke. Um they was thieving for the night. You hear me? The damn sirs. The damn sirs was thieving for the night. Game 1 and 2. Stole them things. Stole them like cookies out the jar. And so shout out to Shannon Sharp. I don't know, it reminded me of that the way I said jar. But yeah, the game is tonight, so we'll see. Again, I got Indian 7, more like a gentleman sweep, but I think this one's a piece of cake. Maybe this is one of the one that New York wins. Who knows? Otherwise, let's go ahead and move on to the NFL. So I had this impression that these spring league meetings were always in Florida, so I was like, "Ooh, cool." But nah, I guess this one was in they had this one in Minnesota, so that's cool. Shout out to Minnesota. Um, so what we had on the docket here, we had no tush push ban. 2028 Olympics flag football is a go for NFL players. This silly ass playoff seating that the fucking Lions wanted didn't pass. Shout out my neighbor. I think my neighbor is a Lions fan, not gonna lie. Um and the onside kick thing. So we'll go from the ground up here. So the onside kick thing, I'm not gonna fucking lie. This shit is stupid. Like, what? Why would you? Nah, I need a sip of undisclosed electrolyte drink. Well, just a moment, chat. Just a moment. Shout out Bussin' with the Boys, by the way. Shout out, no free shout outs. That's some good old lemon lime undisclosed electrolyte drink. uh, what are we doing, bro? What are we doing? It's like these guys are doing everything they can to take the word special out of special teams. Like, the only reason to do an onside kick is because it's a fucking surprise. Otherwise, it's a dead ass play. A dead ass play. Like, that play is so dead ass. But it's like, yeah, like, what? No. Like, no. If they don't change it to something you can declare, not have to declare, then it's like all these little tweaks and shit or whatever. I think all they did was they let the kicking team move up a yard, 1 fucking yard. If you wasn't gonna catch that thing with the help of 1 yard or not, you wasn't gonna catch that thing. You know, like what are we doing, yo? Anyway, so they pass that, move up a yard, and then you can choose to do an onside kick the whole game. You don't have to just wait for the fourth quarter. But it's like, why don't they just limit it to the fourth quarter and then bring back the surprise element? That way, at least they know that every all 32 will know what to look for and to expect. They'll know that, okay, we don't have to worry about an onside entire game. We just have to worry about it for these 12 minutes. And then if they surprise do it, that's fine in these 12 minutes, as opposed to, oh no, in these 48, the health and safety data don't support it, whatever. Like, what? No, like, makes no sense. Anyway, whatever. So that one didn't pass. Or I mean that one did pass, and so they moved up a fucking yard. And you can they can you teams can do it all game instead of just the fourth quarter. Still have to declare it though, which is dumb as shit. But anyway, next up we have the Detroit Lions playoff seeding thing. That shit doesn't make much sense. It's like um the basically like I saw something on Twitter. Hold on, let me small content creators. I fuck with y'all because I'm paranoid again. I want to make sure we're still recording. All right, amen. Good God, until I've been through shit. Fool me one time, shame on me, or whatever J. Cole said, right? Shout out J. Cole. Um, yeah, so uh that thing didn't get passed because I saw that like basically like a lot of the owners were like, "What? You want me to take away fucking home field advantage for somebody who won the division?" Like, shout out the NFC East. I mean, that's the name of the game here. Like that 1 year Giants sneaked in as a wild card with Danny J. It was like where we went like 9-8 or some shit. It's like it's a prime example of hate the player, don't hate the game. On some, it ain't my fault. My division sucks ass, and I beat it with a suck ass record. You know, you get a seat at the table. I get it. That makes sense. That one I can see why the owners were like, "Nah, we're gonna defend the shit out of this one." So I get it for that one. Um, yeah. So that shit ain't changing. Let's move on to the Olympics here. Yeah, 2028, LA. LA is gonna squabble up and host the damn Olympics, which is crazy, crazy as shit. Shout out to LA, man. It's gonna do wonders for the city, I guess, right? In terms of like revenue and all that good stuff. Bring some eyes to the city, which is cool. Why not? Um, and yeah, and so that is what's crazy to me for this one is that I had read that like all 32 NFL teams approved this, and I'm like, damn. So like all of y'all were like, I don't give a fuck. Send my OBJ out there. Let's send my Tyreek Hill, my fucking T. Higgins. Let's send my Joe Burrow. Let's send my guy out there. Like, what do we? Let's send my Lamar out there. Let's send my fucking Herbert. What do we do? But I get it. I get it. Why not? Who cares? Let's grow the game, right? Let's grow the game. I'm with it. I'm hella salute emoji to that one. I get it. That one's cool. Let's move on to the tush. No tush push ban. No tush push ban. I didn't bring this up the first time I recorded this fucking episode because I didn't have it ready, but I wanted to see which teams, uh, which who the fuck is Sirianni? Which Sirianni disciples voted against it? So let me see if I can find that real quick from the stat corner. Yeah. Huh. Shout out to Google AI. It says most of the teams that voted to ban the play were from the AFC, which means they don't play the Eagles often in the regular season. Interesting. Yeah, it was like all the teams that aren't Eagles, Ravens, Browns, Lions, Jaguars, Dolphins, Patriots, Saints, Jets, and Titans voted against it. So it was like, um, so if you think about it real quick, what the Colts voted against it essentially, and that's Shane Steichen. Sirianni disciple said, "I'm gonna turn my back on the hand that fed me." So that's crazy. Um, I had also found from the stat corner two interesting teams that had voted against it. The fucking Seahawks voted against this shit. And it was like I saw like their GM doesn't give a fuck about the play. Head coach doesn't give a fuck about the play. But like somewhere along the line, their PR people or their Mara, their owner or whatever, um, was like, no, we wanna vote against it. So it's like trololo, okay, whatever. And then the fucking G-men voted against that shit. Like, what are we doing? What are we doing, bro? Like, what are we? Ladies, gentlemen, boys, girls, please, if you or a loved one are upset about the brotherly shove, the pushing of the tushing, then what you need to do is go onto YouTube and type in DR Mike and click on the bald Russian angry drug man. Grain of salt here. And lift. Just hit the fucking weight room. Like, what are we talking about? Just hit that JPP. Hit that JPP. Get 4.5 neck surgeries, a couple hammies, and go out there and stop the tush push, bro. If this shit is 92%, right? Shout out New Heights. The article that I was reading, this shit said like it was like actually 87% average. Whatever. Either way, 92 is not 100. 87 ain't 100. So what the fuck? What the hell are the 8% doing? Right. To not 100% make the tush push happening correctly. Let's go call them. Hmm? Let's have a Zoom conference call with the 8% of the teams or fucking players or coaches, whatever, of organizations that stop this play. Let's have a dynamic conference call like the running backs did for the market to discuss Saquon Barkley's epic deal. Let's have a conference call of why aren't our D linemen able to stop this more than 8% of the time. That's marketing right there. Do you want to be part of the 8% that helps stop this play? Come on in. Come on in. Water's fine. Pick up that there barbell. Let's start lifting. Fuck. I'm over it. Anyway, shout out to Tush Push. Yeah, because that shit doesn't make sense. I saw like the Bills are the only other team that does it a lot too, enough to make it a thing. That's another thing. Fuck stopping it. Why don't you try it? TB12 was like a goat 4th and 1 sneaker. Shout out to Cam Newton. Like goat 4th and 1 sneaker. He was like a goat 4th and 1 sneaker. Call Tom Brady. Ask him what fault he did right. What we doing? Anyway, that's what we have here. That's what we have. One can only pray that we match the same minute mark that we did the first time we recorded this. But it's neither here nor there because you're not here for that shit. You're here for sports takes. And that's what the fuck I got for you, bro. In recap here, let's see. The spring league meetings had a couple rule changes. None that really fucking matter except for let's look forward to a couple years of flag football in the future. And we still got plenty of tush push ahead of us. We got Eastern Conference Finals game 3 tonight. Shout out Indy. We've got game 4 of Western Conference Finals Monday. And so I will see y'all in the next one. Just kidding. I wanted to see if there was there's gonna be a lot more layers to this show here in the near future, but I'm experimenting with trying to show off some tweets. So let's see if I can do that. This is actually, side note, this is actually how I learned that we weren't recording the first time, because when I got to this part, I was gonna show the phone at the screen, and and this is how I felt. Okay. That's how I felt. That one's good. Yeah, shout out to this guy. So good. I had to like and share that one. um yeah, let's do a top 3 and then 2 honorable mentions. Shout out the Hater Report. So gold. Such a good meme. And then we got, good God. If you know this guy's name, I think his name is Julian, maybe. This guy is absolutely hilarious. I'm not gonna fucking lie. If you know this guy, you know. He's hilarious. That's a funny ass meme. And then we've got, let's see, for 2 honorable mentions, we've got one. Fucking hilarious, dude. I hope you're lolling in the world. You gotta understand, I've had a long ass day, and I thought I already did this show once, so that's the only reason why I'm not laughing. And then for our honorable mention 2, let's tug a little bit. Let's tug some heartstrings here. Shout out to Major League Football. Love you, Jim. Gonna miss you, Jim. And that's it. See your ass in the next one.